this evening with our guests and our distributors, just to share with you a business idea which has really transformed our lives. And we are grateful and thankful that we were introduced to this business 25 years ago. As Paul has said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I am trained as a civil engineer, and I am a professional network marketer. And the reason why my wife and I started this business is very simple. We wanted to make additional income. So when Betty and I moved to South Africa in 1995, and the reason we moved is to look for a better life. We came, and when we got here, I registered to do a postgraduate course in construction management, because being a civil engineer by background, I needed more experience in construction supervision. So I spent two additional years and an additional $4,000 to get a postgraduate qualification in construction management. But when I finished my course, there was not a single increase in my income, and that really frustrated me. And when the business was shown to us, I think it took me an evening to look at the structure and the explanation to be convinced that if this thing really worked, even if 1/10 of what they're saying is true, it was worth our while to do the business. And we started the business. Our first income was about $3. And after 7 months, our income reached $1,000 a month. That's when we really took the business seriously. So without further ado, what is this business? Before I share with you what this business is, I think there are essentially, there are essentially 4 ways that people use to generate income. The first one is called a job. That is when you work for somebody, and at the end of 30 days, they pay you a salary. It's good because it gives you an opportunity to put bread on the table for your family. But a job has got its own drawbacks. Number one, I don't think there's something called a secure job anymore around the world because of the changing technology, social changes. Companies are finding more efficient ways to do their businesses with less people, but with more technology and equipment. So I don't think there's something called a secure job. And the other challenge with a job is that there's a lot of internal politics. People stab each other in the backs to get ahead. So I don't think that having a job is really the solution. And in any case, when you're working for somebody, they pay you just enough so that you don't quit. And for most people, they work just hard enough not to be fired, which is a very sad state of affairs. So a job is not secure. Then the next one is self-employment. Self-employment means that you get some life savings, you borrow money, you mortgage your house, whatever it is, then you start your own business. When you do that, you soon realize that actually the business owns you. You don't own the business. And a very simple test for that is go away from your business for 2 months. If the business collapses, you don't own the business owns you. Because when you're self-employed, you exchange directly your hours for the money that you get. The longer you work, the more hours you work, the more money you get. But you see, because you and I only have 24 hours a day. So if you only exchange time for money, you're not going to be successful. The third way that people use to generate income, these are called big businesses. These are people who invest a lot of money. They invest a lot of equipment. They employ a lot of people to build large enterprises. Examples are Vodacom in South Africa or Safaricom in East Africa. ShopRite Checkers has got about 2,000 outlets around the African continent. So these are people who invest huge capital, and they employ a lot of people to run their businesses. This is not available to the ordinary person in the street because it requires a lot of money to start this kind of business. The fourth way that people use to generate income is called investment. Investment means that you take money which is over and above what you need, and you need to invest in a business or something that gives you a return on your investment. But you need 2 things. You need the skill and knowledge for investment. This is not available to the ordinary person because most people don't have additional money to invest. Secondly, most people, when they get somebody to invest in, they need to trust the person they're giving the money to invest on their behalf. So the question is this: is there an ideal business? Is there something, a criteria or a standard or things you can use to say that this is an ideal business? I think there are about seven criteria or 7 items that you need to look at to show you what is an ideal business. And it has the following criteria. Number one, you need very low capital to start this kind of business. In our company or in our business, you need between $60 and $80 to start a global business. And that I think is fantastic, because the ordinary person can actually look for this kind of money and start a business that could grow worldwide. The second criteria is you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. That is really the essence of business. You know, in business, if nothing is sold and nothing is bought, no business goes around. Any type of business, there has to be buying and selling. But our business, the way we do our business is we distribute goods and services or products to different people, but the system we use is not the traditional one. The third element is you need to have a global reach. Global reach simply means that you're able to access a lot of people around the world. Our company does business in 50 countries around the globe. In Africa, we're doing business in 14 countries. And these 14 countries have a population base of about 450 million people. I mean, South Africa has got about 50 million people, Kenya about 45 to 50 million, Tanzania the same, Uganda about 35 million, Nigeria only is 210 million. So all these countries in Africa, their population that we target is about 450 million people. The fourth element is you need leverage. Now, leverage is a very interesting concept, because you and I have 24 hours a day. If you sleep 8 hours a day, you spend 2 to 3 hours a day eating, traveling, spending 1 hour or 2 hours with your family. The rest is work. If you depend only on the time that you put into the business to be wealthy, you'll never be wealthy. Why? Because your time is limited. The time you have in a day is fixed. You cannot get any more time. And the way to increase your income earning ability is to cooperate with other people, and you use their time and effort to increase your income earning ability. It's a cooperative effort. The fifth element is you need a consumable, high quality product. Why high quality? Because you need your customers to come back. 2, unique, it means you can only find it in one place, which is our company, Neolife. Consumable, because it has a repeat sale. And this is very important about business. You know, there are many things that people use and buy. For example, a pair of shoes or whatever it is. A pair of shoes, clothes are not consumable. You buy one, you don't buy another one the next month. But soap, skincare products, health supplements, cleaning products, all these things you buy every single month. The sixth element is you need a business system. A business system simply means that you design tools, procedures, equipment that you use to run your business, so that you, as the owner of the business, you do not have to be present where the business is being conducted. That is really what a business system is. And very large enterprises around the world, all of them have business systems, because that guarantees that the business is going to be run correctly. And the last one is timing. Timing is very critical, because if you start your business at the wrong time, it doesn't gain traction. Or if you started too late, then you've lost the market. So timing is very important. And I think our business, the timing is right because people are looking for additional ways to generate income. 2, most companies want to lay off their staff so that they can save any money that they can to get more profits. And what a better way to get people to start a business, that you're starting a business, you're not employed, you're not an employee, but you're a business owner. Okay? Now, what is this business that we're talking about? This business has got different names. It's called network marketing, multi-level marketing, different systems. But the concept is this. is a system of distribution of goods and services where we cut out the middleman between the manufacturer and the consumer. I'll give you an example. I remember about 10 or 11 years ago, I went to do a presentation in Zambia, Lusaka. And one of the ladies in the audience was working for a beverage company. And this beverage company, they would manufacture the beverage, and it would cost about 600 kwacha when it leaves the factory. By the time it reaches the supermarket, the same beverage would cost about 3,000 kwacha. Why was that the case? Excuse me. Because between the manufacturer and the consumer, you had 5 to 8 different middlemen who kept adding to the cost of the product. And who pays for it? It's a consumer. So what we do in our business, we cut out the middleman. We don't have advertising in our business. Advertising is done by word of mouth. We don't have wholesalers or retailers. So the product gets from the manufacturer straight to the consumer through a middleman called a distributor like myself or some of my colleagues who are attending this meeting, or whoever, or some of the people invited you for this presentation. We are paid for successfully referring customers to buy products from our company. How does a company know that? Because every product that is bought from the company has a reference number that gives a company an opportunity to know who has referred that customer. The products are researched and developed for you or on your behalf. So although you're in business for yourself, you're not by yourself because the company helps you to grow your business. So Neolife has built infrastructure in 50 different countries to support your business. For example, Betty and I live here in Pretoria, but our business runs in about 8 different countries around the world. And Neolife has built infrastructure in those countries to support our business. That is what I find really exciting about our business. If you're a business owner, there are so many things you need to think about. You need to think about registering the company. You need to think about manufacturing your products, packaging, putting infrastructure, computer systems. You don't do that in this business. That has already been done for you. That is why I find that very, very exciting. Then there are no qualifications required except a few things. Just give me one moment. So the company helps you to do all the research and development of your products. You don't have to do that. There are no qualifications except 3 things. 1, you need to have the desire to succeed. Number 2, you need to be teachable. And number 3, just sheer hard work. If you have these 3 things going for you, you're going to be very, very successful in the business. And this company started as a result of the dream of one person, Jerry Brasfield. Jerry Brasfield, when he was a teenager, he had very, very serious asthma. And then his mother gave him natural remedies. And when he felt better, he decided, I might as well share this idea with the rest of the people in my town. He lived in a small town called Porterville in California. And that's how Neolife started. The dream of one man has become a global empire. But what has kept Neolife all those years to be on the cutting edge of the healthcare industry? 5 things. Number 1, absolute honesty and integrity. We believe that we need to tell our customers, our distributors, and the general public the truth about our products and the truth about our business. When we deal with people, we deal with them with honesty and integrity. The second, the second element is people are number 1. The most important resource we have in our business is people. If we don't have people, we don't have anything. So it's important for us to deal very well with people, treat them with the greatest respect because they're the biggest resource we have in our business. The third is products that work. You see, our kind of business, if your products are substandard, if your products are even average, or even if your products are good, your products have to be excellent. They have to be at the top of the range of whatever category of products they're distributing. So the company put together a group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board, whose job is just to research and develop products. That is their role. The fourth element is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody starts the business at the same level. Whether you're a man or a woman, old or young, professional or not, everybody starts at exactly the same level. And how hard you work is what determines how successful you're going to become. And the last one is you need to have a long-range vision. Think about this. Jerry Brassfield started this company in 1958. Today is 2022. That is 64 years later. So if you're starting this business, initially have a 2 to 5 year horizon. Learn the skills of building the business, learn about the products, learn to become a leader, and then you evaluate again your business. So Neolife started in 1958 in the USA, came to South Africa in 1971. In East Africa, that's Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, it went in 1996, 97. 99 to 2000 started in West Africa. And today, if you're a guest, this company has come to your doorstep. So why do people start this business? For example, Betty and I started the business because of 3 reasons: money, money, and money. Those are the reasons we started the business. What about you? Some people start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some start the business because they want to build dream homes. Some start the business because they want to buy cars. Some start the business because they want to have holiday homes. Some start the business because they want to make money. I think that making money should be a very serious thing in our lives because almost everything we do depends on money. Okay? Some start the business because they want to be physically fit. Some start the business because different reasons. So you're going to partner with a company which is more than 60 years old, operating in 50 countries, and is supported by the Scientific Advisory Board. Okay? We have 4 ranges of products because every business requires a product or a service. What products do we have in our business? There are essentially 4. The first one is called the Golden Home Care range. The next one is called the Personal Care range of products. These are products like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion, and stuff. Sorry, Paul, I don't know whether there's a challenge with our platform because I can see some people are lifting their hands and our number is fixed at 100. I don't know whether there's a challenge.
Yes, Pascal, I've realized there's a challenge. For some reason, we can only get 100 people on the call, but we are trying to address that with the technical team.
Oh, okay.
So I've been able to alert them that we have a small challenge.
All right, thanks. Okay, so the second one is a personal care range of products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. The third range of products is the skincare range of products. These are nutrients, organics. You see, your skin is the largest organ in your skin. So it makes sense to look after it very well. And the fourth range of our business, the fourth range of products is a health supplements or health products. The reason why this is the highest selling range of our products, because everybody knows that your health is your greatest wealth, because if your health is finished, your mission in life is finished. So this is the highest selling range of our products, and the company sales, this constitutes about 60 to 62% of our total volume. Sorry, my apologies. Now, how do you build this business? What do you need to do to grow your business? We need to do 3 things every day. We call them the 3 daily success habits. What are those? First, we use the products. Why do you need to use the products? 2 very simple reasons. Number 1, we are supporting our own business. Okay? You see, if I own a restaurant and I want to have lunch, where do you think I'm going to have my lunch? I'm going to have lunch in my own restaurants. So the first thing you need to do in our business is use your products yourself. The other reason you need to use your products is because people who are you speak to want to know that you actually believe in what you use what you're recommending to them. So you need to use the products. Now, because Neolife operates in over 50 countries around the globe, we have standardized the measurement of our business by using what we call the point value system, the PV system. 100 PV is about $160. The next thing we do is we introduce other people, we share the business with them, which means we introduce them to become promoters of the products and the users of the products. Let me say you introduce 6 people. Those 6 people do 100 points each, plus yourself is 700. You become a manager in the business and your income is about $45 a month. The next thing you do is you teach these people to do what you do. For example, if the person on the top right corner introduces 2 people and those 2 introduce 2 each, you have built a 700 PV unit. Okay? If you do that, plus the other 6 gives you 1,300 PV, you become a senior manager and your income is about $90 a month. Okay? $90 probably may not excite some people, but to me, it excited me when I started because it showed me that the system works the way they explained it. So it was a matter of time that I started duplicating. That means we brought in people in the business, we shared the business with them, we taught them to do what we were doing. Eventually, you will have people reaching 700 PV. If you have 6 units doing 700 PV, plus yourself gives you 4,300, you become a director in the business and your income is between $580 and $700 a month. Okay? Now, not everybody is going to join the business. Some people may just want to use the products as customers. If you do that, then these people, you make a profit, 20% profit from what you retail to them. And 20% profit, if you're really good at sales, you get very good income. The third thing we do in our business is personal development. What does that mean? Personal development, it means that you latch yourself into the training system for training, support, personal development. You attend seminars, you attend conferences, you attend conventions, you go through, you read books, CDs, anything you need to undertake to become a better person, a better distributor, a better leader, and that is what gives you the edge to become a business leader. All right? I'm sure some of you want to earn more money than that's $500 or $700. If you want to earn more money in our business, help other people to become successful. For example, if you help one more person become a director, your income goes to about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people reach director level, that is called a Ruby director, your income goes to about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people become directors, you become a president's team member, and your income goes way beyond $5,000 a month. So that's what our business is. At this stage, I want to hand over back to Paul to invite our guest, a lady whose story really I find quite exciting and amazing, because let me not preempt what she's going to say. I think let's listen to her story.
Thank you, Pascal, for such an amazing presentation. And again, apologies for the technical itch that we are facing right now. We are trying to sort it out. I know so many people have been locked out. I hope we can be able to finish this in an hour so that we are not locked out again, but we're trying to sort it out. And I hope by the time our guest is starting, we would have sorted and a lot more people joined our call, because it's a very important call. But let me welcome our guest who is sharing with us today a story. Just as like Pascal has been able to say, I don't want to preempt. She's an amazing leader joining us all the way from South Africa, and that is none other than Dr. Eseza Nambassi. Doctor, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Please take it away. You know, in Swahili, we call you Daktari. So, so take it away. And it's our pleasure to have you on the call today.
Okay, thank you very much. I will carry on, and those who can't get onto the call will just have to receive it as a recording. I'm sure it's being recorded. Right, my name is Eseza Nambassi. By training, a medical doctor. By passion, I like to say that I am very, very passionate about Neolife. I was born in Uganda several years ago. Sometimes I actually marvel that time has flown by so fast. And I was born in a very loving family. We were told to go to school, get a good education, and that's what I did. In fact, most of the time, if I wasn't top of the class, I was within the top 6 of the class wherever I went. And so, yeah, I enjoyed my education, and people started seeing that I was quite interested in the sciences, because that's what I tended to gravitate to. Unfortunately, in the 70s, during our hardest time in Uganda, our family had to leave and go into exile, so to speak. If you recall, we had quite a torrid time. And so we initially went to Kenya, and it was during my O-level year. So it was very urgent that I get into a school. At first I had said, no, I can't do this. Let me just sit out this year. But my parents had more faith in me than I had in myself. So they said, no, we'll get you into a school. So sure enough, I was put into a school in Eldoret, and I had to start with a new syllabus, new environment, hardly any friends. I had to make friends later on. But what I decided to do was just to knuckle down and study very hard, because I was getting into a new syllabus, and I worked very hard. And what do you know, I came out top of the class in my O-level. So yeah, after that, I went back for my A-levels to the same school and completed successfully. And then Uganda settled down long enough for me to do medical education. My original dream at that stage was, and yeah, it didn't happen, but it was to study physiology and biochemistry, and then later on focus on human nutrition, which sounded esoteric, if I can use that word. It sounded weird to people who were listening to me. They said, what? Get yourself a real job, you know? Who does that? So that's how I wound up at medical school. I was enrolled. I didn't enroll myself. I was enrolled into medical school and instructed to start. So off I went, and initially, it might sound a little funny. I tried my level best not to do medicine. I tried very hard. I even became so desperate, I tried to fail my exams, but even that didn't work. So when I decided, okay, settle down, honor your parents, they want you to do this, so do it. So I just flipped and just started studying so hard that it even surprised people who knew that, oh, I was battling with going through this. But I went through medical school in the allotted time without even a supplementary, which was shocking even to myself. But at the end of it, I came out much wiser. I came out knowing exactly what I did not want, because I had seen it through my journey in medical school. So I started looking. Unfortunately, those of you on the call who know that Uganda has had a few ups and downs, just a few months into my internship, another war broke out. We are talking in the mid-80s, and another coup. And so I just said, I'm out of here. I've lived out of the country before. I can't stand this. So I've had a bit of emotional and psychological trauma, if I can call it that, of having to leave the land that I was born in. But as I left, I had it deeply ingrained in me that I needed to do things differently, not as we had been taught. And how had we been taught? Like most doctors, we are taught to receive a patient, make a diagnosis, also known as a label. I like to call it them labels, and then set about taming that label. Okay, so you name it and then you tame it with medications. And that's what I wasn't happy about. So I kept on looking for why. Why is this person feeling the way they're feeling? Why are they manifesting this? And I became very, very passionate about nutrition, as I told you, basically because I felt it was such an injustice to us going through medical school and only spending about 20 hours in total being taught about what they thought was nutrition, when in fact it was a focus on blatant, frank malnutrition. Things like identifying that is kwashiorkor, that is marasmus, that is beriberi, things like that. That isn't what it is, really. Because all of you know now that malnutrition manifests in many, many ways, such as type 2 diabetes is a form of malnutrition, such as overweight and obesity, such as stress, anxiety, depression, such as arthritis. Yeah. So I became so determined to answer my original question. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? And even in other situations of life, I like to ask, but what else would be happening? Anyway, so that is how I came to be looking for an opportunity. I was looking for an opportunity to answer the question, why are my children manifesting hay fever, eczema? Let me fast forward. Yes, I got married. I got married to my darling husband. He too is a medical doctor. And we do this business together, and we've had children together who are now adults. So I can't even call them children anymore because our firstborn is the mother of two. So we are grandparents. But while my children were little, I was asking myself, why is this happening? Now, here I am, trained to label or to diagnose and treat. It was easy, the easiest thing to say, I'll put them on antihistamines and some creams for their skins and be done with that. But I started asking questions. Why is the hay fever becoming worse, especially after, for example, there's been a certain detergent in the house? So I started looking for a different brand of detergents. And I hunted and hunted. I didn't find until somebody one day called me with the $1 million question. And this is it. And for the guests, if anybody asks you this question, have a look and then find out, because there's no harm in finding out what they're talking about. The question was, if I were to show you a way to make an extra income, would you have a look? And I said, yes, I will look, but is it legal? At that stage, we had moved to South Africa and we were working very, very hard. And, you know, one has to have a high index of suspicion if somebody comes and tells you you're already earning a salary, that let me show you a way to make extra money. So yes, I wanted to see. And off we went together, my husband and I. And in the room, in a presentation, was a huge product display on which were cleaning products. And I could not believe my eyes, because that's what I had decided personally to change in my house. I had already tried this and it didn't work, tried that and it didn't work. And here they were describing non-toxic, very, very safe for around the children and in your home, 100% biodegradable, and also they are so economical, you're going to save money. And I said to myself, wow, you know, the first rule that I always have thought about is, in order to save, in order to make money, one has to learn to save some money in whatever way. Even if you're saving 2 cents, that's a saving. But at the same time, I am a stickler for excellence. So a product has to be excellent. I'm not going to buy a cheap and awful product just to save money. If I have to pay a little more, I will pay that little more. So here I was with that dilemma. Where do I find products like that? Before I gave up, however, this is what I found. So the first thing I did, and very, very fortunately, it was during the month of my birthday that we were introduced to this opportunity. I was born in March. I decided to clear out everything called cleaning products and personal care products. Bath soaps I threw out, car shampoo I threw out, all the cleaning products, all the laundry detergents, everything that I had bought previously, and I replaced them. And I must tell you, if the guests on the call, I have never looked back. And I'm talking over 25 years now. To be precise, it's 27 years since I have never looked back and gone back to the shop. Now, let's fast forward to today, where a lot of research has come about pointing the finger to cleaning products as the cause of a lot of diseases, trust me on that one. Diseases such as infertility, fibroids, type 2 diabetes, all those diseases that have caused people to run to the doctor for answers, and all they are getting are more medications, also known to be toxic to their metabolisms. So I just want to say I thank God every single day for the person who thought of me enough to invite me to look at this presentation and to look at this opportunity. Because out of it, I have made my original dream as regards a career come true. And I say that because I now feel very well aligned with what I want to be doing, which is to be in both alignment and to stand with integrity whenever I treat a patient. Because I used to say with such frustration that arthritis is not a painkiller deficiency. It's not a painkiller deficiency. Stress, anxiety, and depression are not deficiencies of antidepressants. Or failure to sleep is not a deficiency of sleeping tablets. And I still stand by that. I really still stand by that. So now I'm totally delighted to be in alignment with myself, with my conscience, with my patients. But I'm also so grateful that in 1996, I was one of the people who stood up after seeing the opportunity here and said, this is perfect for the people of East Africa. So off we went, and a few other people rallied around, and we went and introduced it to East Africa. I think that is one of the things that really warms my heart, to see success stories. I think if you were on the Zoom call last night, you probably heard a beautiful story of young people who embraced this opportunity and have made a success for themselves. And I just say, oh, I'm so grateful that I had a part to play in taking the opportunity where they could access it. Well, anybody could have done it, but God chose me to be among the pioneers. So now back to the career before I hand back to Paul. You know, that aspect of what we are doing in life and therefore our health outcomes, we have to take seriously. And so the question now is, whom do you trust? Who do you trust with your own health? So I have this phrase which says, stop outsourcing your health. Please stop outsourcing your health. Because when it comes to personal responsibility, nobody can do that for you. When it comes to the choices you make, nobody can choose for you. But first you have to know how to choose, right? And that is what I have found most valuable in this opportunity that we have called Neolife. We get so much information which is relevant of a way to change our lives so that we can make our lives better, so that we can live better, we can look better, and we can feel better, because these products work. And are they drugs? No. This is nutrition. And so when I introduced them to our family, apart from the cleaning products, which I laid down the law. Now, all the ladies on the call, listen very carefully. Do not allow your mate to dictate what cleaning products you're going to use, okay? Because you own the home, you have the authority to say, this is what we're going to use. And you have the, hopefully, the ability to teach her, and she has the ability to learn. Because I have tried it out for my own maids in the past, where I said, we're going to use these products, and if you're on blood pressure pills, your blood pressure will get better. And I said it with all confidence. And guess what happened? Yes, her blood pressure became better controlled because I gave her some nutrition as well as using the non-toxic cleaning products. So can you see the responsibility we hold in our hands, not only for our own health, but as well as other people with whom we are supposed to be sharing the opportunity? It's a big responsibility. We shouldn't take it lightly, and we shouldn't ever say that I'm going to do it just for myself, because I just want to tell you right away that if you say that, you won't make any money. You'll save a lot of money, but you won't make money. You need to share this opportunity. And that is what I have found most gratifying. But now I run webinars regularly. I've called them Applied Neolife. Because, you know, when we were at medical school, you had concepts like applied economics, applied mathematics, applied geography, yeah? So I thought, yeah, that sounds like a good name, Applied Neolife, where I unpack how you can most effectively use what we've got. And it is simple. It's not necessarily easy, but it is simple. And anybody can learn it. And that's why we all start at the very beginning. And there's a huge support structure. This is one of them. And thank you very much, Paul, for this platform, and Pascal. And you have somebody who has introduced you to this opportunity. Refer to them, and they have somebody who introduced to them. They can refer further up, and all of us work together, because we all have one vision, and that is to end the trend of chronic disease. Guys, there is no benefit in chronic disease to anybody apart from people who are making money out of it. And then we are on a mission as a family to make the world a healthier and happier place. So for the guests, we look forward to welcoming you on this very noble mission. I know there are a lot of careers and professions that are called noble, but I believe this is really the cream of all the professions in being the most noble. Thank you so much, and I'll hand over back to Paul and Pascal.
Thank you so much, Dr. Eseza, for that training and sharing your story. Somebody was just telling me that they always love listening to your story, the way you share, and the journey that you have had with the company of Neolife. So we are quite pleased to be able to have you on call, and every time you come to our screens, we learn a lot. So thank you so much for that sharing. I want to bring back Pascal so that I can be able to close our meeting. Pascal, can you hear me? Okay. I'm trying to see whether...
Yes, I can hear you, Paul. Thank you so much. Dr. I didn't know that you went to school in Eldoret because that's where I was born. Hello, can you hear me?
I was saying that I went to Moi Girls High School, but I was there before it was Moi Girls High School, when it was still called Highland School. And then it changes.
Highlands, yes, I remember.
Yeah. So we're talking in the
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Paul, can you hear me? The line is quite on.
Now we can hear you, Pascal. I think personally I can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see, when I hear Dr. story, I am elated and delighted that not only is the business good, but the science, the people who know science can actually give it a thumb of approval that it's a fine business. So, I mean, we are privileged and excited that Dr. is also in our business. And for those of you who are guests, I want to share some things with you that will help the business grow. One of the things that the company has done that have made the business very, very efficient is technology. So the company has provided a number of online services. For example, if you want to order products, you can order them online. If you want to register new people in your team, you can register them online. As soon as you register with the company builds for you what is called your back office. This is a personalized website that the company that you can use to monitor and manage your business. You can check how your business is doing on a real-time basis. When people put in products, orders, you can see how your business is growing. You can check, you can manage your business. Training is done locally, internationally, online. For example, and we've got people on this platform, this meeting today, from East Africa, Southern Africa, West Africa, people from the US. So the company takes advantage of technology to build the business to a higher level. Then delivery of products. Any market that the company is doing business, they contract local courier companies to deliver products to our customers and our distributors. Payment of bonuses, or if you want to pay for products, the company uses electronic funds transfer system or the mobile transfer. So the company has made the business very, very efficient for us to be able to run our business. I mean, I'm here in Pretoria, and sometimes I've got customers in Nairobi. I simply fill a form, pay by M-Pesa, I send the order to Nairobi, it's processed, and I've got a gentleman who delivers products to my customers in Nairobi. It's made the business very, very efficient. You see, one of the things that the company does very well is traveling. Traveling to different destinations around the world. In 2019, Betty and I had the privilege of attending the Ruby Orientation School at the Santon Sun Hotel in Johannesburg. 4 days of training, being treated as royalty by the company. It's really, really fantastic. In 2017, the company flew people to Abu Dhabi. Those are some of the distributors who attended the Ruby Orientation School. If you're a guest, what do you need to start the business? How do you get started? First, speak to the person who invited you. They will show you what to do. They'll give you an application form. Once you've paid your business starter kit amount, in South Africa is 722,800 Rand. In Kenya is 7,620 or 9,280. In Nigeria is 20,600 Naira or 26,500. In Tanzania is 145,400 or 178,400 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda is 211,000 or 251,000 Uganda shillings. In the USA is $75. Sweden is 930 Swedish krona. Italy is 64 euros. Ghana is 448 or 715 Ghanaian cedis. Cameroon is 52,000 CFA or 65,000 francs CFA. That is what you need to start your business. Remember, success always begins with a decision. For you to be able to succeed, you need to make a decision. Once you've decided, the following things are very important for your success. The first one, you need to know what you want. What is your dream? What is it that you always wanted to do, but you've not been able to do because of different situations? Second thing, you need to be teachable. You need to find out what you need to learn and do to become successful. One of the keys to success in this business is being teachable. 3 is just sheer hard work, discipline, guts, persistence, patience. You need to be patient with yourself and the people you interact with. And the last is faith in yourself, faith in your sponsor, faith in the company Neolife. If you have these things going for you, you're going to be very successful. What is next for you? What is next for you is get back to the person who invited you. Start thinking about your dreams. What is really your dreams? What is it that you want to achieve? The person who invited you will show you the next steps. Tell them if you have any questions, if you want to get started, raise the amount of money you need to get started, fill the form, and get started in the business. And we want to welcome you to this fantastic business. May God help you and expand your dreams until they become fulfilled. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Pascal. Thank you, Dr. Eseza. And apologies to those people who are locked out for some time. We'll be able to bring Dr. Eseza again so that she can be able to share a story. But this session is also on recording. You'll be able to get a copy of that so that you can also be able to listen. So thank you, goodbye, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.